Hi guys, welcome back to another edition of Max and Nicky 1000th Time Reactions,
where we react to a song for our first time after listening to it for our 1000th time.
We release 3 videos a day,
Every day.
so please hit that subscribe button
And ding that post notification bell.
so you don't miss out on all this great content. What are we going to listen to right now, Nicky?
We're going to listen to Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head by B.J. Thomas, of course written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David.
That's right.
For the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. We've heard this song many times before, but this will be our first time actually reacting on YouTube to it for you subscribers to watch.
And for all intents and purposes, we're calling it our 1000th listen.
Before we get to it, I
yes?
just wanted to remind you all that we have another YouTube channel called Max Nicky, on which we perform oldies, tunes, jazz standards, and originals in that vein.
We got comedy videos on there as well.
Now, if you're new to the channel, what we do here is we listen to the song all the way through without stopping so we don't interrupt the intention of the artist, and then we'll talk about a reaction afterwards, go and set in some in-depth analysis about it, and maybe
talk
go into
about
a little
some
bit
history about it if we should know it. But for right now, let's take a listen to Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head by B.J. Thomas.
for our 1000th time.
Here we go.
Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me.
I love that end of
It's
that
great.
song.
It's
so
just
good.
great, you know? I mean, God, that outro section of that song, that has influenced me a lot in my own music. In fact,
Sure.
Max and I each wrote our own musicals and put them on in San Francisco a while back. And for one of my songs, I end one of the songs kind of in a similar fashion.
In a similar fashion. And the song itself has a similar vibe to
Sure,
it, too.
yeah.
You know, there's at one point Actually, there's nothing happening in the right ear, and then when something does happen,
it first starts off in mono. You like, oh, this song in mono?
No, I never thought that. It doesn't start in mono at all.
What are you talking about? A lot of the way it begins, there's nothing in the left.
That's not true. The left ear, it starts with something in the left ear, and the guitar, the ukulele is in the left ear.
Okay, I thought the ukulele was in the middle, but
No, the ukulele is in the left ear, and then his vocals are in the center. I think, if I remember correctly.
I remember it being in the middle, but
I can double check.
all right, go ahead.
All right.
Well, it looks like I was right. The ukulele does start out in the middle.
Wait, but hold on. No, but you are hearing something. Sorry, I just wanted to check a little bit more of the song. You are hearing stuff more in the left ear, though.
Maybe it's slightly panned. I don't know. It's just weird for that to happen in a late 60s song. But
maybe it's just the headphones. We are using splitters, so maybe it's resonating a little bit more in the left ear.
Sure.
But at some point when the stuff happens in the right ear, you hear this. It's either a prepared piano or some honky-tonk piano or something like that.
Well, not just that, but it sounds like there's another guitar in there that's reverbed out or something.
Well, no, I thought that was like a piano. That was like a prepared piano.
Well, explain to the audience what a prepared piano is.
Well, prepared piano is when, a piano has strings, right? So when you open up a piano and you place... what a prepared piano is when you put stuff on the strings of the piano. So when the hammers of the piano hit it, it actually sounds like something different than what you're normally used to hearing. Brian Wilson would do that in Pet Sounds. They did that quite frequently, and I think it's being done here, unless it's some mixing where they're mixing maybe a guitar with the piano and they're reverbing it out so that the mix sounds just like one instrument that sounds interesting or something.
But anyway, on to the other stuff in the song. Man, first of all, you get... It does start off kind of dry in the beginning, but then you get some reverbed out stuff after the first verse. And in fact, oh God, when those vocals first enter, the background vocals in the left ear, it's really just done so subtly, and then they really come in kind of with a dynamic, ascension in a way. It's really cool. And then especially when they do the ahs, I really like that a lot.
Yeah. The vocals are doing a lot of cool stuff. That I'm just thinking about the reverb stuff that's happening in the right ear. I'm wondering if I would have done that in my own mix. It seems a little bit jarring, actually. No? It sounds like it's a little bit heavy-handed for kind of a more laid-back tune. I'm not sure if I would have chosen that, but it does work. I will say it does work. But I mean, the song is great, no doubt about it. I mean, it's a classic Burt Bacharach.
I mean, you got those classic Burt Bacharach trumpets. Doing,
on the solo. Well, it's just one trumpet, right?
Oh, I feel like it's doubled.
Oh, maybe.
But it's so classic. That's a Burt Bacharach staple. These, just using trumpets,
horns. Well, he definitely has a background in jazz. So
definitely.
Having horns in there.
He's even the one who said, specifically, you got to learn all the rules. For music theory, you should learn all the rules, and then that's when you can break them.
Well, quite a few people have said that in the past. There is also something that's also interesting to note that shows his musical, theory background, is that at the very end, on that sort of breakdown at the end, it goes from
no, well,
no, you just did it. But that was just one beat. So it's if you divide and go. I mean, if you want to, that's not the feel. So look, I'll just count it.
Oh yeah, it's an extra beat.
2, 1. So you sing and I'll count. 2. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1.
Right. He adds that extra beat.
Well, it's actually you can maybe call it. It goes into it's 2/4, and then 2/4, and then it goes 2/4. So you have a measure of 2/4. You have another measure of 2/4, and then you have a measure of 6/8. So
Okay.
1, 2. Da 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 da. Wait. Oh, sorry. No, 2 measures. Wait. 4 measures of 2/4, and then a measure of 6/8. So da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, sorry. Let me do that again.
Oh, it's okay.
Wait.
It's okay. Okay, it's okay.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Okay.
there's a measure of 6/8 basically.
Sure.
Da, 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 da. So da, 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 da. So that's 6/8 right there. That's the last measure basically.
But that's really cool. If you guys don't know the rest of the soundtrack to this song, it's very good. There's the almost vocal track called South American Getaway, which is a really cool tune. It has
good.
this sort of, they're singing the kind of this gibberish quality to the song where they go ba 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 da ba da ba da ba dum ba ba.
Well, not gibberish. It's just yeah. It's just it's almost like scat singing
Right.
syllables.
By the
They're
way,
nonsense.
another song that influenced one of the songs in my musical again is that.
I guess you call it gibberish, but gibberish to me is
Sure,
more like
more of a scat kind of, like a written out scat song.
Sure.
But that's really cool. But this song, it's just, I gotta say, it's one of my favorite songs. It just makes you feel good.
It does. Yeah. And
B.A.J. Thomas, he really sings it so
yeah.
well.
Was there a different version that was made for the film?
I don't think so.
Or is it the same one? I mean,
this song comes at a time.
See, I was the song was recorded by BJ. So I'm just going to look at a little bit of this is what according to Wikipedia, BJ Thomas expressed dissatisfaction in the film version of the songs. So, because he'd been recovering from laryngitis apparently, and then. Yeah, so it's a different one. It's different.
But it's still him.
Oh, and also, there's a separate vaudeville-style instrumental break, apparently, when Paul Newman's doing bike stunts.
That's an interesting point in the film when the song appears is it's almost sort of out of place. It's like Paul Newman is riding on his bike with his, girlfriend or what.
No, it's not his girlfriend. That's what's his name? Robert Redford's girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Man, it's been a while since I've seen it.
It's Robert Redford's girlfriend, and Paul Newman there seems to be maybe either an unrequited love or maybe they both sort of have feelings for each other, but know that Robert Redford and her are together, and they have feelings for each other.
It's a very weird scene though. It's almost like a music video.
It is very interesting, that scene, and also what's interesting about it is the placement of that song in it. Actually,
right?
It really is this real revisionist history, Western.
Yeah, you wouldn't hear that kind of song. It's just such an interesting song to be in a Western.
Yeah, and that was the new style of Western that was happening in the late 60s and the 70s,
Well, this is a revisionist Western film, but it's
still though, it's a very comedic.
It's a lighter film.
It's a lighter
compared to
Western
like the
film.
Wild Bunch,
And in addition, it has, the two characters are also they're not the bravest kinds of. They don't have as much grit as a normal Western characters have.
Sure, they're not. I think that the joke. There's a kind of a jocular moment where Robert Redford is afraid of heights, right? In the film.
Yeah. Well, they
doesn't
both
want to jump.
Yeah, they don't want to jump. And also, there's a moment when Paul Newman, they're kind of part of a gang of bandits, but he admits to Robert Redford, he's like, they have to decide whether or not to shoot this guy, and he's like, I've never actually killed anybody before. They just.
It's kind of it is a funny film, actually.
I think he says something like that. And basically, they've just been kind of running this gang all on talk, I think, or something like that.
Anyway, it's a great song, great movie. I think that'll do it for this reaction video. If you like what you heard and saw today, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ding that post notification bell to find out about more Max and Nicky reaction videos.
Please keep tuning in.